Now let's look at the different types of plans. Plans are of different types. They may be classified in terms of the functional areas, time horizon, and frequency of use. Let's take a look at each type of plan. Functional plans may be prepared according to the needs of the different functional areas. Among the types of functional area plans are the following. You have the marketing plan, you have the production plan, financial plan, and the human resource management plan. Marketing plan is a document for implementing and controlling an organization's marketing activities related to a particular marketing strategy. A production plan is the plan that focuses on the quantity of output a company must produce in broad terms and by product family. A financial plan is a document that summarizes the current financial situation of the firm, analyzes financial needs, and recommends a direction for financial activities. And human resource management plan indicates the human resource needs of the company detailed in terms of quantity and quality and based on the requirements of the company's strategic plan. The next type of plan is plans with time horizon. Plans with time horizon consist of a short-range plan, which are intended to cover a period of less than 1 year, and this is usually done by first-line supervisors. Second one is the long-range plan, and these are plans covering a time span of more than 1 year. These are mostly undertaken by middle and top management. Another type of plan is plans according to the frequency of its use. So it may be classified as standing plans or a single-use plan. For a standing plan, these are plans that are used again and again, and they focus on managerial situations that recur repeatedly. So standing plans may be classified as follows. You have the policy. These are the broad guidelines to assist or to help managers at every level in decision making about recurring situations or functions. Another one is procedures. These are plans that describe the exact series of actions to be given or to be taken in a given situation. Another one is rules. These are statements that either require or forbid a certain action. Another plans according to the frequency of use is a single-use plan. So these plans are specifically developed to implement courses of action that are relatively unique and are unlikely to be repeated. So single-use plans may be further classified as budgets, programs, and projects. A budget is a plan which sets forth the projected expenditure for a certain activity and explains where the required funds will come from. A program is a single-use plan designed to coordinate a large set of activities. A project is a single-use plan that is usually more limited in scope than a program and is sometimes prepared to support a program. How to make your planning effective. Planning is done so that some desired results may be achieved. At times, however, failure in planning occurs. Planning may be made successful if one has to observe or recognize planning barriers and use aids to planning. Now, what are the planning barriers? Planning barriers include the manager's inability to plan, following improper planning process, lack of commitment to the planning process. You're just doing the plans for the sake of doing it without carefully thinking about your plans. You don't have the correct information when you do the planning. Focusing on the present at the expense of the future. As one definition suggests, that it should be forward-looking. That's why we plan. Too much reliance on the planning department. So managers um, has to participate in the planning of its own division, not just the planning department. And concentrating only on the controllable variables. So that's why there are different tools in planning, which considers economic, social, and technology factors, because these are some of the variables or factors that affect your plan. Another way to make your planning effective is the use of aids to planning. Among the aids to planning that may be used are: number one, gather as much information as possible. You have to consider that it's not just about the quantity of the information, but also the quality of information that you have. Next is develop multiple sources of information. Your information should not only come from the different departments, different subunits in your organization, but also outside of your organization as well. Involve others in the planning process. Your planning should not be limited to the people inside your unit, inside your department, or inside your organization. It has to involve others or other people, especially those sources of information. So, for example, for your entire company, you can invite people from the security sector or for the government sector to help you in your strategic planning that will uh, be considered or that will be applied for 5 to 10 years. So that is planning for technical activities. So if the goals and objectives of the organization is to be realized, a plan should be uh, carried out. But to be able to make a very effective plan, planning must be done first. So if planning is done at various management level, there are various steps in the planning process. There are different types of plans, and there are several ways to making your plans effective. And to end, former US President Dwight D. Eisenhower once said, "Plans are nothing, planning is everything." For this week's task, question 1, express your agreement or disagreement on Dwight D. Eisenhower's statement in the previous slide. Provide an example to support your answer.